All right, I'm not gonna lie, guys. Um, dry weather takes the sting out of heat. It does. Uh, Humidity. I'm used to it because I grew up in it, but it's not good. It's not nice. I was just thinking about that. I don't know why. I hear the light on. It's not much of a light. Oh, well, another day, another missed dollar, I guess. I'm not working. Supposed to find out tomorrow if the lockdown lifts or eases or worsens or whatever is going to happen. They're supposed to announce it tomorrow. It's not. Um, there's been nothing in the news, but we don't even make the news up here, and I feel like that's why it's good, right? That's a good sign. If we were in the news every day, we're the number one COVID location, then I wouldn't expect to be getting out of lockdown, but you never know. I mean, Da Nang is far worse than us, and they just extended theirs like 3 days, so going on to the 26th. So, or whatever that is, 4 days. Um, yeah. So I'm like, well, if they only got a 4 day extension, and they're like in the news for like the number three place, but HCMC is not the number one place anymore. It's some suburb down there. They What they did was it's like an industrial suburb, so it's all the factories are out there in this place, in this province just north of HCMC. That's Ho Chi Minh City. It always gets abbreviated HCMC. But yeah, so that's the number one place. What they did was the factories didn't want to shut down. They got to make their money. To be fair, that's understood. So what they did was they did rigorous testing on all their employees, and then they set up. I didn't make this not sound like it's a concentration camp. They set up housing, not very nice housing, but they set up housing, and they said, everybody can keep working and keep making money, and we just won't let anybody leave. I mean, you're not a prisoner, but if you leave, then you can't work. So you have to stay as long as you can just stay there and work, and they'll bring you the food, and you just sleep there. And so for as long as I've been here, they didn't do that for schools. But so as long as I've been here locked in this apartment, these people with factory jobs have been working, and only working. To be fair, if they were sitting at home, they wouldn't be able to leave either. So it didn't sound too bad. Unfortunately, the testing was not rigorous enough, and predictably, of course, they're all locked in these camps and making it living in close quarters with all these other people, and it's just spread like wildfire. So now there's more in this little suburb than there is in the big city. All that's like a long ways off, though. I looked it up, and it's farther from here down to HCMC, down to the other end of the country, as it would be from Atlanta to New York. So it's not like it's close by. And they've shut down, most travel. You got to have a good reason to travel around the country right now. So it's not spreading too much around the country. At all, I guess, because they're able to trace almost every case. Again, the reason they shut down Hanoi is because they were unable to trace just a handful of cases, and so they're waiting to see if it pops up anywhere else. And that's why we don't get that news, because the numbers here are tiny compared to down there, and compared to Da Nang too. And Da Nang, like I said, they just got 4 more days on their lockdown. That's what they've been announced, but I guess in 4 days, then maybe they'll say, "Hey, how about another 4 days?" Who knows? But yeah, they just got instead of a 2-week extension, they got 4 days, and I was like, well, they must think something's. There's hollering. They must think they've got it close to being under control, or else they wouldn't be doing that. So anyway, I mean, I think there is a possibility. I'm not going to say strong. There's a possibility that we'll be done with this tomorrow. I'll knock on wood. But really, the issue is COVID under control. When I say I hope this is over, I mean I'm worried about COVID being under control. Because if they lift the lockdown and it's not, they do something stupid like that, then we're just going to go right back into it. Because that's what happened in the middle of summer. They thought they had the numbers low enough. They let everybody out for 3 weeks in the middle of summer. Everything, actually, the beginning of summer. I take it back. Beginning of summer, when summer first started, and it looked like everything was going to be fine. It was like, and I was all like, "Oh, we're going to have a great summer. Summer classes will start soon, and everything will go back to normal. I'll be working. Thought it was going to be great." Took, boy, I don't want to hold this under my nose. It's just I got to keep that in mind, because the camera just goes straight up my nose. Anyway, that's it. That's all. The big news is tomorrow's the lockdowns gets reviewed. I guess I sort of feel like they probably already know what they're going to do, but there's nothing in the news about it, so they'll make the announcement tomorrow. So I was talking about Ho Chi Minh City. I can see why things are going crazy down there. I thought they were in the same situation as us. It turns out they've only been locking down parts of the city. Like this, we got an outbreak in this neighborhood, so we're going to lock it down. We got to stay inside. We'll monitor movement and all that stuff. I was like, okay. And then the rest of the city going around about their business. So that's why it's been spreading down there. So they've just now, news stories were out just now announcing a lockdown for the whole city. And what was the response? I mean, it looked like America. They showed the title of the article, as I recall, was why COVID is spreading in HCMC examined. And then the picture for the article was literally a street jam-packed with people on motorcycles, but they're still like a foot and a half from each other. And it's just as far as the eye can see. And that was a photo taken just a few days ago. And I was like, well, yeah, I mean, I don't think you even need to explain why it's spreading. Everybody's out doing their business just like before. So of course it's going to spread. They're not doing anything to stop it. So they're going to be going into lockdown for a while, I imagine. And they're for sure not going to be open before school, because school starts, regular school year starts in a week. I don't know that we'll be doing that here, because what they'll probably do, even if we get out of lockdown tomorrow, is give it 2 or 3 weeks. So I imagine best case scenario is school will still be delayed starting, because they don't want to be sending kids to school and then find out 2 weeks into the school year that, oh, we got another outbreak. Anyway, all right, well, that was almost 10 minutes of rambling, so I guess I'm excited because we find out tomorrow. I don't know why I'm excited, because I don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea. That's why I'm trying not to worry about it, and I'll just take it when the news comes, we'll find out. But on the vaccination front, I think we're at 1.7% fully vaccinated. 1.7. Yay! But they're working on it. And I mean, if you look at the people who've had one shot, I mean, it's an astounding jump in a small amount of time. We're still only at like 15% on that, which is not great compared to other countries. But when you consider when they started, it's pretty good. They've been doing pretty good. So anywho, that's what's going on here. So I'll see you guys. I'll check in tomorrow night, and I'll let you know what the story is. What happened.